In terms of sales, and if you are interested in building a business from a place of authenticity, which I call practicing authentic selling, I think that the biggest concern, the most common concern that we all have as business owners and business leaders is how do I provide my business with enough request and demand for my work? And it turns out that I hear this expression all the time. How do I generate demand? I don't believe you generate demand. Demand just doesn't generate itself out of thin air. You're not, you can't use a crystal ball and ask the crystal ball to make more demand, or if you have a magic potion, just let me know. But I don't believe in this. I don't think it works this way. However, what you can do is go meet that demand wherever it is. And demand, there is plenty of it. There's for sure plenty of people and companies and groups, organizations, whoever you help, who need your help. So that's really the number one mindset in sales is the growth mindset and a mindset of abundance, and realizing and always keeping in mind that your ideal clients are somewhere. Do the math. There are billions of people on this planet, and you can probably help just a few more handfuls more every month. And you will still have a significant impact, but very, very small compared to the number of people here on this earth right now. So demand is out there. The whole question is, how do you figure out the crossroad between your journey and the journey of your customers, the market, right? Demand and offer, that famous curve of those two curves, crossing offer and demand. How do you figure out where it is in your market? So to put it in short, I have a small exercise for you, a set of questions I'm going to share with you, and it's a practice that I've been engaging in for many years now, and I suggest all my clients to try. It's to do the following exercise. Take 3 to 5 successful projects that you've been participating in, or you've been delivering. And if you're part of a team, it's okay, even if you didn't sell those projects initially, but you are part of the project. And ask yourself the following question. So number one is, how did the client meet you initially? Like, what was the origin of the relationship? And I encourage you to go as deep and as far and as much as possible back in time to really figure out the sources and the roots and the origin of that relationship. And if you do the exercise, maybe you will trace back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more connections in the past. I can think of a couple of projects where I was actually delivering a quick speech at a conference, and then after the talk, I run into someone who then introduced me to somebody else a few months later, who introduced me to her husband, I think, who was working with a colleague. So see, like, kind of trace the connections, and what do people talk about when they talk about you? What is it that they like to share with their network? So that's the first one. How did you meet the client initially? The second question is, what type of client was it? And, give yourself some time to really pull out some of the characteristics, some of the demographics, some of the maybe more numbers related, quantifiables about the clients. Was it a large company, a small company? Were they early in their journey? What are the things, what are the patterns that you observe? The more you understand the patterns about who your client is, the more you can really understand how to replicate those conditions, because then you know who to talk to, who is a great successful client, who is a perfect fit for your services, and who is a poor fit for your services. Number 3 is, what relationship led you to this type of clients? What kind of relationships? Are you building a business that attracts a stranger, people out of the blue that you don't know, because you have a great website and you have a bunch of advertisements and you're really good at social media, so you can create a community out of nowhere? Or are you more of a referral-based business? Does your business need to constantly have referrals from others, which is perfectly fine, by the way. But you need that clarity to understand how your business operates. What is the model? How do you feed that business with enough requests and demand, right? So very, very important here is what kind of relationship let you do this project. Next question here I see on my note is, how much time and effort did it take you to sell your work? Is it a long sales cycle? Is it a short sales cycle? I remember with MetaHelm, it was my first a consulting firm that I fully own just myself here in the United States. I started and ran other professional services firms, but in Europe. And it took me a while to really understand the true nature of the sales cycle, right? The true nature. And I'm always to this day, I am kind of always surprised sometimes how much time it takes between the moment I meet the client and the moment I will work with the client. Sometimes it could be months or years, right? So it's really important to understand that timeline so that you can really make more accurate projections and so that you can really nourish and feed your clients with ideas and value throughout the sales journey. Finally, what was reassuring to the client throughout these experiences? Again, 3 to 5 projects. What did you notice? What did you feel that was really reassuring that made your clients, your potential clients, want to work with you, right? Was this because you're credible? Was this because you have a large following? You have a big number of followers? Was it because you have you're doing what you're doing, you've been doing it for so many years, or you wrote a book about it? What are the reassuring elements of that whole system, that whole business model? These are just 5 of the most basic questions. There are more questions. I would love to hear your questions. If you have questions that you feel are really effective at understanding how and where you can go meet that demand and really make that demand more understandable, make your business more predictable, make your revenue more controllable so that it brings more peace and calm in the way you run your business, please let me know. I'd love it. I'd love to hear it. Maybe you have even better questions than these, or maybe the one question that you always ask. The one question that I always ask, I always got into the habit of asking the first time I meet somebody, or even if I've met people before, but I still ask them again, how did you find me? And what made you want to have a conversation with me? What made you want to sign up for my email list? I'm really trying to understand what is happening in their head, in their heart, in their body, in their life, so that I can clearly have a as detailed as possible picture of what it takes to feed my business with those great ideal customers, so that I can go recreate those conditions, right? Okay, the crash course on how to make your business success predictable and repeatable and controllable and scalable even. I hope this was helpful. As always, I love your comment. Please, 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 if you have those kind of questions available in your mind, post them here in the comments below. Thank you so much.